What is up everyone? My name is Konstantin. As you know, I'm currently on Svalbard, which is in the Arctic. As always, I don't approach these videos from the position of the expert. I don't recommend you to do anything, and I'm prepared for any case of scenario. Can you see this hill right here? If you pay closer attention, you will be able to see two red spots right over there. These were German ships in 1943 shot missiles, and they burned down mine number 2A. The coal that was inside the mine was on fire, which means that by extension the whole city of Longyearbyen was on fire. Fortunately, the Allies had already evacuated the city, and there was not as much coal as it was before the evacuation, since Allies had already burned it before that. And this is exactly where I'm going to hike right now, right on the top of this hill. The idea for today is to break down what I'm going to do in case of a polar bear incident, and I'm gonna do that right on top of this hill right here. I have mentioned this tower so many times in all of my videos. This tower is one of the many that were connecting a cable car system from the mines all the way towards one blue building from a previous video. So this is how they were moving the coal back in the day. All of this wood came here from God knows where. And somebody's grandpa built it up here. Most likely Americans brought it here when they started the American Arctic Coal Company in 1906. And apparently it's illegal to take this wood off this island. So it will either have to rot up here or be used for a different reason other than just stand here like a tower. It can be somebody's sofa maybe at some point. Even though I'm not that far away from the city, maybe I should have flown my rifle. The idea is to go right up there. The likelihood of me finding a polar bear up there is almost zero. But the thing is, I have committed to my mom to always come back home safe and sound, so I'm gonna have to load my rifle right now. Everything I say in my videos, I don't say them from the position of the expert, but it's better to be safe than sorry, don't you think? And since I'm all by myself, yeah, why not bring my rifle for a small hike? Somebody might ask, what are all these metal fences right over there? If I'm not wrong, this has to do with avalanche. To be honest with you, I have no idea why is this for. In case you know, please write me down in the comments. By law, I'm not allowed to seek, feed, or approach a bear in my knowledge, which means that if I haven't seen it, that's a whole different situation. But if I have spotted a bear and I willingly move towards its direction, it's something that's considered illegal. My whole idea of these videos is to show Svalbard as much as I can without causing any trouble. So in case of me spotting a bear, first of all, I have to analyze how far the bear is. Let's say if I spot the bear 100 meters away and it hasn't noticed that I am there and I'm looking at it, the best thing I can possibly do is just walk away. Obviously not run, since I'm going to trigger the predatory instinct of the bear. The best thing is to always de-escalate the fight. If the polar bear has noticed me, I think the best thing I can possibly do is to scare the bear off. and that's what's being advised by the local authorities. So in case you spot a bear, you have to scare it off, and the best way to scare off a bear is by making noise. So that's why we carry the flare gun with us. But the question is, how can I spot the bear when it's the dark season up here and there is pitch black darkness for 4 months straight? I'm thinking of buying thermal/night vision binoculars that can record, so we can all see, me and you who are watching, a polar bear from far away. If I manage to spot the bear from far away, then the first thing I'll have to do is, other than just take a couple of seconds to enjoy the view, the first thing I'll have to do is just walk away and immediately call the local authorities so they can do something about it in case it's way too close to the city. If it's not too close to the city, I don't think I have to call the local authorities at all. Somebody asked me, what would you do if a polar bear appears inside the city? I think the best thing you can do at that point is just stay inside. If you're outside and you see a polar bear right in front of you, just get inside the car or inside the building. Try not to run, try to walk. But what do I know? In case you want to know more things about polar bears, I can drop the PBI, Polar Bear International, link down in the comments. They have some quite interesting content, including polar bear sounds that you cannot really find online. So yeah, if you're interested in polar bears, you can always take a look at the Polar Bears International link down below. Oh. Well, where did the view go? I'm gonna write my name here. Done. I think it's time for me to rest for a bit. I can hear running water, but I don't know exactly where. I'm not sure if it's the water down there, the one that is coming from the glacier. I'm thinking of going up there. It literally took me 3 minutes to change my battery and everything got so foggy. I don't know if you can see the top over there. Reindeer tracks. Oh. 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 This is where I was last time, maybe 15 kilometers that way. Is this another book? Nope. Apparently there is no book right here. This is where I will go right now. I do know that there is a glacier over there and I would like to take a look at it. I see so many white spots right over there. You never know if in that white spot I see and I consider it to be snow, it can be something with 4 feet and a jaw, and that's something I don't want to encounter. So it's binocular time. One friend asked me if I ever get bored when I'm out on a hike by myself, and if I listen to music when I'm out there. Keeping one of my really useful senses up here busy, listening to Lady Gaga, I think that's something that is not beneficial to me in any way. So I would rather spot an apex predator with my ears than actually listen to Lady Gaga. So nope, I never listen to music when I'm out on a hike by myself. I don't know if you can see that reindeer out over there. That's a really good sign. I always look for reindeers wherever I go, and if they are chill, then that's a sign of not an apex predator being around here, since they spend all of their lives being a prey. They don't really go after anything, since vegetation is all they're looking for. If they are chill and they don't really react in a stressful way, then I'm quite also chill as well. But of course, don't take my word for anything. To an extent, I trust these animals since they have way better senses than we do as humans, I mean. So they have night vision, they can hear better, and they spend all of their lives being a prey, which means the survival instinct is way more active in their brains than ours maybe. So I trust these animals too. Look at this little guy right here. Have you ever seen something like that? That looks like an alien flower to me. I'm not going down that way for sure. I don't dare to set a foot on that snow. I'm not that brave. I think this must be Nibian. This is somewhere I'm not gonna go again. There is a seagull over there that is quite territorial. Apparently he must have a nest over there. He literally almost poked my head. Well, that's the last thing I want, so yes, Mr. Seagull, you win. Oh! He literally scared the jibbies out of me. I'm going to follow that stream. I think it's going towards the city. This move. My feet hurt so much from these rocks. Whew. I think it's time for me to rest for a second. It is way easier if I walk along that stream than alongside of these hills. It's time to go. Whew. Crossing that was not fun. It took me a while, approximately 1.5 hours to get to the city. At this point, since I'm about to enter, I think it's about time to take the bullets off my rifle. Every time that I get to this point, I feel so grateful that I'm entering the city and I didn't use my rifle, and all of the bullets are inside the rifle when I put them 6 hours or 12 hours ago. That is one of the best feelings in these trips, for sure. Anyway, see you next week. What will I die from, the bear or the cold? The other life? How will I die, the bear or the cold? How will I die? How will I die? See you guys. If I die, I die.